Diane and Derek here, checking with you today as we head towards the weekend. A few things today, something that's been coming up in my coaching calls with clients and affecting our family the last couple of months. We'll get into that in a wee minute. Also, we're going to be talking about cycling underwear, of all things, because I get an awful lot of questions about the cycling thing here in Denmark. Also, I've got a couple of recommendations for television and for a podcast, so stay tuned for that. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I make these YouTube videos in my spare time. I'm a routines coach. I coach online. I'm also an expert in Hygge because I'm here in Denmark, the home of Hygge. So with all that in place, something that's come up the last couple of months in my coaching calls is to do with coming out of lockdown. Now, maybe you're in the opposite situation, you're going back into lockdown. Also for us here in our family, basically all the restrictions here in Denmark have been lifted. Of course, there are still restrictions on numbers that can be gathered, things like that, but generally speaking, our restrictions have been lifted. I know for us as a family, I think we had that kind of feeling like, oh, you know, once the lockdown is over, it would just kind of be like flicking a switch and everything would go back to normal. And it hasn't been like that. For example, my daughter, she was basically online for most of her third year of high school. She graduated a couple of weeks ago. I made a video about the crazy graduation traditions that we have here. My husband has basically been working from home from last March, and actually the last couple of weeks, those are the first full weeks he's had back in the office. And I think for me, I work from home. I think for me, I've had a lot of things going on thinking, well, I'll do that project, you know, once the family aren't at home, aren't underneath my feet any longer, then I'll be able to get on with that. And it hasn't happened. I've had that kind of lethargic feeling. It's been very difficult to get going again. It took us a long time to adjust to our new normal when we went into these lockdowns. And it's also going to take a period of adjustment to get back to what is our new normal. Things are not going to be exactly as they were before. There have been many benefits to it. People are looking at their work-life balance probably in different ways. Maybe at your workplace, you've moved a lot of it to online. People don't need to travel so much for their business. So there are benefits to it. But we have to give ourselves some time to adjust. And I've been reminding myself that the last couple of weeks that, you know, we were crazy busy with graduation going on. We've just bought a flat for my daughter. She will be moving out and starting at university, just like my son here in Copenhagen. So in the beginning, I thought, well, you know, I'm tired because of that. There's a lot going on. It's more than that. It's just that getting used to our new normal. It's getting used to the family not being at home all day. The family are making packed lunches again. We won't be seeing my son so much because now he's actually able to meet with his study group. He's able to meet with friends, so he's not spending so much time with us. Try and give each other a bit of leeway because, you know, tempers may be frayed at the moment. Our eating patterns may be slightly different. We may need a bit more sleep. So go easy on each other because we've been in this kind of bubble situation where everybody is being really close together, and then suddenly we're kind of out having to be social with people, and it takes a lot out of us, and we'll probably, when we're back home again, really need to recharge our batteries. So I just want to reach out to you and say, it's okay if you're feeling that, like, once again, the rug has been pulled from beneath your feet. It's a period of adjustment. The main thing is that you stick to your basic routines. I always say that to you, like, whenever I've had a period of grief, or things are very busy, or we've got an adjustment of things, stick to your basic routines. They will pull you through, they will keep you moving forward, and you don't need to worry too much about the detailed zone cleaning or the detailed decluttering. The main thing is that you keep moving forward with your laundry, with getting dinner on the table, with taking time for yourself every day. Make sure, if you're kind of in a bad place, are you actually taking time for yourself every day? I've got lots of videos that show you how to do it. I've got lots of ideas. It doesn't need to cost money, it doesn't need to take a long time, but you've really got to put you first and your mental health. And then let's get on to underwear, cycling underwear, because I get a lot of questions about cycling here in Denmark. Here in Denmark, over half the population bikes to school and to work every day. Kids, they bike from a very early age. Kids will generally bike on their own to school from probably about the age of 8 or 9. We have cycling proficiency taught in school. We have the bike lanes. They're improving our bike lanes all the time. We have bike superhighways, which can speed you through the city so that you're not kind of stopping at traffic lights. They're all set up so you can speed through. So we're very, very green with our transport here in Denmark. But I get a lot of questions from people saying, well, what do you wear for biking? We wear our usual clothes. You know, I was biking this morning and I'm wearing my dress today. Hold on, wearing my dress. Many of you were interested in the modesty aspect. You know, if I'm wearing a dress that's a bit floaty and it kind of flies up, what are you going to do about that? Well, you can wear bike shorts, bike underwear, and I'll show you here. Now, normally I wouldn't show you my underwear, but don't worry, these are brand new, fresh out of the packet. And I thought, as I had a new packet, I would show you here. You never know what you can find on my channel. So here we are. Here's a pair of bike shorts. Now, you can get them in all different colours. They come in nude, they come in white, they come in black. And you could wear them over your normal underpants, your normal knickers, or you can wear them as they are. And you can get them that come further down, but basically it just gives you a bit more coverage so that should your skirt fly up when you're cycling, we've got you covered. And the other thing is really, you don't need to wear special bike underwear because nobody in Denmark is looking, you know, when you're cycling, we're all on our bikes and we're all kind of concentrating on where we're going. So nobody's looking. But if you're worried about it, buy yourself some bike underwear. You can find it, I'm sure, in your country. Just look for bike shorts. These are not lycra ones. These are cotton ones. It's just like kind of normal underwear. So there you go. And if you're looking for some good television to take you through the summer, if things are a bit boring on the TV where you are, I can really recommend the TV series called Brokenwood. Now, I've mentioned it before, it's set in New Zealand and I love Brokenwood. It's a cosy crime series and it just gets better and better. I've been watching since season 1 and here in Denmark on our kind of local channel, we have season 7 and it's bigger, better than ever before. It's one of those things, it just puts a smile on my face. So if you haven't checked out Brokenwood yet, go and have a look. Many of you already know Midsummer Murders, you know, the British kind of cosy crime thing. It's kind of like a New Zealand Midsummer Murders, but it's 100 times better. So there you go. And also, if you're looking for a good podcast, I love listening to podcasts when I'm doing my cleaning or when I'm decluttering or when I'm working in the garden. And I love podcasts that are about 15 minutes because 15 minutes is kind of the golden time for me. It's enough to get started, get something done, and then I can take another 15 minutes if I'm really enjoying doing the job. My favourite one is The Child Whisperer, you know, which is the kind of children's version of Dressing Your Truth. That's a great one to listen to. You get a lot of insights about behaviour. Even if you don't have kids, you'll find a lot of insights about yourself, your family, your colleagues. And a new one that I've discovered recently is called Shedunnit, a bit like Whodunit. It's all about books. The lady who runs the podcast, she loves Agatha Christie, crime fiction, and it's just a great little listen. And as I said, I love the podcast because I can be doing some kind of mundane job, doing some cleaning, doing some gardening, and I've got that to keep me company. If you're finding it difficult to get your cleaning done, your laundry done, listen to a good podcast. I also have a little headset that I listen to, and I can phone up my mum in Edinburgh, and I can just let her chat. So any kind of way that you can get motivated to do your cleaning and decluttering is always a good thing in my book. And how about the summer? Have you got any plans for summer? Because we're finally able to travel again. We are fully vaccinated. The kids will be fully vaccinated in a couple of weeks. And we are going back to our beloved Nice on the Côte d'Azur, on the French Riviera. My husband and I, we met working at the Supreme Court of Justice, the European Court in Luxembourg. So we're both used to working and living in a French-speaking country. I used to do my shopping in France at the weekend, or I could head the other way and go into Germany, or head north and go into Belgium, because Luxembourg is right in the middle there. So my husband and I, we're both fully fluent in French, and when we travel anywhere in France, for us it's like coming home. We know all the food, we chat with the locals, we watch French television, we read French books. So for us, going to Nice, it's like coming home for us, and I cannot wait. And if you want to have a little taste of Nice, I took my girlfriends, my besties, Vivek and Helena, I took them on a trip to Nice for my 50th birthday a couple of years back. Okay, I'm 54 now, there we go. And I'll put a link to up there, and you can see really how charming Nice is. So I hope I have motivated you to get on and do something today. Remember, keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other, whether you're coming out of lockdown, whether you're going back into lockdown. And all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Danish summer Hygge be with you, and I'll see you very soon with a rap, rap, rap.